Now do I have sound? I believe I should have sound. My music was working, so I'm not quite sure why my audio wasn't, but I'm pretty sure I'm working now. All right, so we fixed all my audio problems, except for some reason when I go live, it automatically puts me to mute. I really don't understand. But anyways, here is the stamp set that we're going to be featuring tonight. And I'm going to share with you the card club. And we are going to do an unveiling of the craft along. I have not actually opened it, so we are going to craft. We are not going to create it tonight, but I want to share with you, because if you have not signed up for this class, it's a free class. All you have to do is purchase this kit and you get to craft along with them. So and this is a great kit for yourself, a great kit for the holidays to give to somebody. So what I want to share with you is this handmade and heartfelt kit, right? It's going to come with all the instructions that you need. Hi, Mitch, how are you? This is the box. We're going to open that up. It feels very sturdy. It's got a little organizer to it. So I thought we'd open this together and see what it is. And I'm hoping I have a chance to create this weekend. So it is going to provide you with adhesive. It looks like it's got your little rhinestones in here for accents and a little block. How nice is that, right? And you're going to get your die cuts pieces. You're going to get 10 envelopes, because this kit makes 10 cards, 5 different styles, 2 styles of each, which is really nice assortment. You get a package of dimensionals. These are obviously your sentiment labels. Oops. And some twine. And then here is your assortment of card bases. And they give you examples, but you can create them any way you want. Hi, Julie. Hi, Brianna. So here is 2 unmade kits, cards. Here is 2 more card bases, pre-printed, and 2 more card bases, pre-printed. 2 more card bases, pre-printed. Like I said, you're going to be making 10 cards. Here is some additional punch-outs for your sentiments. Put them under there. Here is 2 more card bases. So that's your 10 cards. You have a little insert deco. How pretty is that? Can you guys see that starburst? Very, very cool. Oh, and then this looks like it is almost like coral, floral piece, die cut. So many accent pieces. Another die cut piece, starburst. And then look at all these accent pieces. Beautiful floral. It's got some seashells. And it comes with a stamp set. I didn't see it here, but I'm sure it's in here. There it is. And because it is so hard to see, this is the stamp set. I love that they give us these little accent pieces. So the stamp set is, hello, sunshine, happy birthday, thanks so much, thinking of you. It's got a to and a from, and wishing you the best. What a pretty font style assortment. Then, in this heartfelt kit, which is $32, by the way, I'm going to show you the material of this box. It feels pretty sturdy, but then it gives you all the instructions. See if I can lay this down flat, to create all 5 cards. So, and then here's a sampling of all the cards that you'll be creating. So really pretty assortment. Stamp set. Oh, look at that. You get a Secret C ink spot in there as well. This is a lot of product, guys, for $32. And you get a free virtual class to participate with them on card making day, which is October 4th, Saturday. I really wish I could create a craft along with you guys that day, but I'm in a tennis tournament that day. So I'm going to try to create this beforehand, but I just want to share with you this sturdy box. Wow. I don't know if you guys can hear that. This is very, very sturdy. I don't know how it's put together, so I'm not going to try to force anything. This appears to be the sides of it, or the inserts of the kit. And again, this is very sturdy as well. So it creates, again, this little organizer. Now, obviously, you can organize it to put your cards in there, but I can see this being a great toolkit on my desk, right? Keeping my adhesives in there organized, my scissors, my tweezers. So very excited. Again, it is the Handmade of Heartfelt kit. It is for the craft along for card making day on October 4th. Hi Diane, how are you? Thanks for jumping in. So all the stamps, all the die cuts, the card bases, the envelopes, an ink spot, twine, adhesive, a stamping block, literally everything that you need. So if you are interested in joining, I can make sure that you get the link. If you purchase the kit, I will definitely make sure you get the link because it's an exclusive Facebook group that is going to allow you to go live and watch them recreate, or you can craft along with them. So you can put that aside. And then today I want to share with you our card club for the month. So you are going to be able to create 2 each of these cards in the card club, and you have a one-time purchase. You don't have to commit to the monthly subscription. You're going to make 2 of each of these cards. You're going to get the card bases. They have coordinating envelopes. So you'll make 2 of each. There is an add-on. It's called Changing Moments stamp and leaf set, but obviously you can use your own stash if you want and not purchase the add-on. It's got some beautiful sentiments that are in here as well, and it is called I want to say Gathering Moments. Sharon, if you're watching, please correct me. So I want to share that with you. You're going to get twine, a package of twine. You are going to get a package of embellishments. You're going to get the card bases and envelopes to go with this set. So it is $39 a month, but if you want to just do it one time, it is $42, and that includes shipping. All right, so back to our featured stamp set, Woodland Scenery. This is an adorable stamp set. I love it. I love all the different accent pieces and how nice it is to create fun, simple cards. So it comes with the chimney smoke, comes with these little snowflakes, a log, a little sleigh, a deer, the trees, the house is so cute, and then the little bear. So I did make some additional cards just to share with you. So here I used the snowflake patterned paper. It's embossed paper. It comes in a package of 6, and I'm sure, you know what, I just noticed my area lights are not on. So maybe that'll help pick up some of the pattern. Much brighter, right? So obviously, can you see that? I'm not sure if you can. There's little snowflakes on here, and you get 6 12 by 12 sheets of paper. Great for using backgrounds, such as in this card right here. So I took, I think it was Balmy Blue, and I just took a blending brush and colored that in. And then I added the little bear. Isn't he cute? And the tree, and then added some snowflakes. What a fun, simple card. And then they have these phenomenal greeting statements. And I, honestly, it's a whole pack. You get 2 sheets of each, right? And what's also cool about it is they're adhesive. So I didn't adhere that. I added dimensionals. So it gives you the option to either pop it up or you can stick it right to your card. So like I said, you get 2 sheets of each of all these holiday sentiments. Fun, easy to add to any holiday card. Here's the other one, and then Happy Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry and Bright, from our house to yours. So this particular set, I chose to put Season's Greeting on here, but look at this cute card I made. Now this is not what we're making tonight, but I just wanted to share with you some additional inspiration. So from our house to yours. And for the holidays, I love putting that sentiment on there to give cards to my customers and to my family. So very cute. Literally, I used crumb cake, pecan pie, and cherry cobbler. So fun, easy card. What do you guys think? Gathering Moments is a stamp set. Thank you so much. That's for the card club. Thanks, Sharon. I love when you're on and you can back me up. So I'm going to share with you now the card that we are going to be creating. And this is doing a resist emboss. I picked this idea up from a demonstrator named Michelle. I think she's in the UK. But I loved how she created this card. And we are using this stamp set and the Prairie Grass stamp set. I love this stamp set. So I'm going to, we're going to have some fun creating this exact card or similar to it as best as we can. So I'm going to move these items out of here that I do not need to crowd up my space. And one of my pieces just fell on the floor. I'm picking it up. And I'm going to grab, oh, you know what? I think I'm just going to grab my all-purpose mat. That'll work perfect. That's the card we're going to create. And this is a 5x7 card. She didn't make a 5x7 card, but I chose to because I'm cleaning up my craft room, as many of you have heard of me doing. And I came across all these 5x7 card bases already pre-scored. So I'm like, let's try it. So that's what I did. So here is my 5x7 card base. That's going to be our photo mat. This is going to help me create my moon. And really everything is done on this piece of paper. And if this is 5x7, that means this is 6 3/4 by 4 3/4. That means this is 4.5 by 6.5. So you can make this a smaller version if you'd like. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my embossing buddy and I am going to make sure and do my best to get any anti-static off this sheet. And then we are going to, with my very, very large block. Hi, Wendy, how are you? I am going to mount the prairie grass on here, and we are going to ink it up with some Versamark. And when my stamp is this big and it is on a block, I am going to ink it upside down, is the way I look at it. making sure I have a very good coverage of that. And I am going to stamp this right towards the bottom. Okay, so I can put that aside. Now we are going to take some white powder, and we are going to emboss this with white powder. I have my spoon. I'm just going to grab a scrap piece. And let me fold this in half. This is going to be my catch-all for any excess powder. The other day in my craft along, I suggested using a coffee filter, which I do, but I don't have one right at hand. Should have just left it on my table, huh? And I think I have it all, but just gonna double check. Looks like I did a really good job at debossing. I don't see any really extra, maybe just a little. Let me see if I can get a brush and wipe any of that excess off. You probably can't see it, but I can see it. I have it right here, right there. Blow that off. Let's cover this up. We're going to get my heat gun out. It's going to get a little loud, but you're going to see this turn a very bright white. And why we call it embossing resistance is because when we add our ink to it, it's going to resist this actual image. Hi, Cindy. How are you? All right, guys. You guys see it getting just the white turning a little bit brighter, shinier. I am just, oh, looks like I got one little spot there. Again, I always double check my edges. For some reason, that's the spot that I miss when I'm embossing. Okay. So I see I have a little mess here. I'm going to clean that up with my chamois. So I don't get it on everything else. Okay, so now we are going to add some various layers. We are going to blend some ink right on the top. In mine, I'm choosing to use Night of Blue and Fresh Freesia. Here, I used Night of Blue and I used Bubble Bath. So this is going to be a little bit different in coloring. I'm throwing everything. So I'm going to go pretty heavy around these edges here. Actually, on that other card, I might have gone with Blueberry Bushel, now that I'm looking at it. And especially because I'm creating such a look, I want my edges to really come in dark, much darker. All right, so we're going to put that aside and we're going to use some fresh freesia. And I'm just going to lightly get some color on here. And I don't necessarily want it all over, but I am going to bring it in so it comes in down here. And then I'm going to show you how I created these layers. So cool. All right, we're going to set that aside. So now you can use any masking tape. This is Stampin' Up's masking paper. And what I like about it is it's not an adhesive on here. And as you can see on my first piece here, it's perfect size for what I'm doing. On my first piece here, it is like it's just like 5 by 7. And I just ripped off a piece, and then we're going to layer that, and we're going to do some color blending. So I'm just going to rip this so that it's at uneven angles. And obviously you can make it as thick or as thin and create as many layers as you want. And it's got a little bit of adhesive here, so I'm going to peel that off and throw it away. And I'm going to start probably like right there. And I'm just going to go with my fresh freesia, and it's going to kind of create its own ombre look. And see how it is resisting the white, and it's just making it, our prairie grass, just pop just a little. Okay, I'm going to lift that up. Peels off very easily. And I'm going to move down just a little. And I'm creating the ombre look by not going as heavy up against this light, just so that it kind of gives it like that frosted winter look. Okay. And the reason why it comes off your paper really easy, but I don't want to re-rip this like I just did to, there we go. I'm going to do one more layer. And I don't want it to be exactly even. I like kind of trying to mix it up a little. We're going to line that up like that. See if I can zoom in a little bit more for you guys. not allowing me to zoom in. Stupid program. Whenever I change anything on this program, I have to reboot it for it to go into effect. Kind of frustrating. All right, so I made a little bit boo-boo there, so we're going to try to fix that. I didn't want it to be as dark there. Okay, and let's try to rip. Okay, and should I make one more layer? You know what? I don't think I need to. I think I'm just going to go and create the bottom part. Continue to go darker on the bottom to get that ombre look, and then softer on the top. And there's my little boo-boo there, and look, I kind of like the way it came out. Looks kind of cool. Okay. Clean up our mess there. And then the next thing I want to do is I'm going to try to create this moon. Now, on this one, I didn't do it so great. So I'm going to see if I can do it a little bit better. So I'm going to come in with the blue right up at this corner here. I'm going to try to hold this straight and steady. And with the blue, I'm just going to go really right around the outside edge. Perfect, I think. And then I wanted to create a little bit of a ring. I don't know if that's the, I think this is too small. So I'm going to use this, and I'm just going to, actually I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on here so that it'll stay in place as best as it can. And then we're going to use our fresh freesia. I'm going to come in from here and go around that edge. Just trying to get kind of like a shadow on the moon. Let's see how that came out. Not bad. Not bad. Okay. We are done with the inks for now. So on here, I want to make this look very realistic, and I'm going to add a little bit color with our Stampin' Blends with my thin point on here, and I'm just going to go lightly along the edge of the emboss. I'm not going to do all the lines, just like what I call the main ones. And it's really not picking up on much of the white embossed part because it's acting as a resist. Again, I'm just trying to go really light. There, I think that's it. I am going to grab a paper towel or Kleenex, and now I'm going to wipe this down just to get that extra bright shine. Can remove these pieces here. And now we are going to create our house and our tree. So I'm going to stamp our little tree. And I'm going to go with black, momentum black. And then we are going to create our little house. That's a great impression. I'm going to color in my windows with Lemon Lolly. And there are no coordinating die cuts, so I am going to do a quick fussy cut on here. Get rid of my blending brushes. All right. So all these extra little streaks at the bottom here, I'm cutting right off. So when it is so square like this, I like to just cut off the basics of what I need. And I'm trying to cut off as much of the white. I do not, you know how the die cuts leave a little bit of white space around everything? I'm trying to eliminate that. It's easier done when you're not on camera, quite honestly. Perfect. Okay, so now I am gonna easily apply my house. We're gonna go, well, I don't want to cover up my tree, so I'm gonna go over just a little. Right, and then I'm gonna take my fresh freesia and I'm gonna try to create my own path. Now, I'm not artistic at all, but Michelle showed how she did it. I'm like, heck, I can do that. So let's give it a try. I'm just going to go right, and then let's create a little footpath. From the front of the house. Now, see, the bubble bath came out a little bit lighter on that. I kind of think I like the bubble bath a little bit better. So anyways, now we are going to add our little smoke. Again, I'm going to add this with momentum. No. There we go. And let's see if I grabbed. So you can use any gel pen you want. Sorry about that. My head's in the way. I just noticed that. I panicked. So these are the ones that close to my heart sold, but they're jelly rolled. They're sold on Amazon. They're sold on all the paper crafting sites. And I'm using the 0.1, and I'm just going to follow these edges and kind of give it that smoky kind of look. Right? How cute is that? And we're almost done. We just need to put our sentiment on here. And the sentiment I'm using, I'm pulling from the Prairie Grass stamp set because our Woodland scenery ones does not have any sentiments. It's strictly a scenery card. And let's see which one I want to send on this one. So on my other one, I chose "You're Not Alone. I'm Here for You." And because it's the house on here, gosh. I kind of like that sentiment for this. I could use the sending, the healing power of love, but I like this "You're not home, you're not alone. I'm here for you." So that's what I'm going to use. So on here, I have actually two different choices of where I can house the sentiment. I can go down here, or I can go up here. I think I'm going to go up here. I don't want to take away from this prettiness here. I'm going to use the Night in Navy, but you can use the black if you want. Because this has like a lighter shade there, I think this will show up nicely. And there we go. Little crooked. Almost done, guys. We are going to mount this to our mat. So I learned a trick on our stamp and seal. I had a heavy hand and I was putting too much pressure on it. And now that I just do a light pressure on it and scroll down with it, it's perfect. And my card base. See, I got a little heavy there. I just go lightly down. And I have, there we go. Look how perfect that comes out. I learn something new every day. And there is our final card. Again, guys, we are featuring the Woodland scenery and the Prairie Grass. We are using the Prairie Grass this weekend. I'm a vendor at an event and I'm doing a make and take, and we are using this one, so I'm excited about that. Here are the other cards that I created using the Woodland series. Cards. So that is my inspiration for you this week. I hope you enjoyed it. Well, not sure why, but let me try one thing because I'm trying to go to face and it won't let me. There we go. So that is our class for tonight. Thank you again for joining me. This is Rosemary Massaro with Craft with Ro. You guys, I showed you a lot of stuff, a lot of inspiration tonight. Also, please check your emails and watch out for social media. I have some special offers going on right now. We have the beautiful advent calendar that I'm offering. If you purchase that advent calendar, which has 12 little surprises, that's not including the 2 little stamp sets that come with it. So you'll be getting, if you purchase it from me, you will receive a PDF of 12 other projects to create with the surprises that come in that kit. And then October 1st, keep an eye out. We have a new joint offer special, and it is amazing, guys. I've never seen them do anything like this before. It is a phenomenal program. If you're just looking to get the discount, why not save 20%? And you get your Stampin' Up! Rewards on top of it. So it is a really great deal. And if you have any questions about that, please give me a holler. So until next Tuesday, thank you guys so much for joining me. And we will see you next weekend. Have a great week.